From Calamity Jane to the Pyjama Game, Doris Day was one of Hollywood's most loved stars. A new exhibition in the Museum of Style Icons in Kildare has a collection of some of her most recognisable outfits. And here to tell us more about the collection is Martin Nolan of Julien's Auctions. Good morning, Martin.
Good morning, great to be here.
And she only died back in May.
Yes,
at the age of
97.
Wow.
She got pneumonia. Otherwise, she was really good and really well and living a full life. Amazing lady.
In saying that, she did take a step back from public life. I mean, she hadn't really been seen publicly for about 30 years.
Exactly. So in the 80s, after the Doris Day show, she moved from Hollywood to Carmel by the Sea up in Northern California. Beautiful home, 11 acres, overlooking Quail Lodge Golf Course. Wow. She created a beautiful final years of her life home. Animals everywhere. She loved her animals. Dogs everywhere. They had their own dog run in the house. They would end up in their own kitchen. The dogs had their own kitchen, their own sink and fridge and cooker and everything for all things animal related. Amazing home. Just beautiful, beautiful gardens. She loved to garden. She did her Hollywood thing and then she lived her life.
Well, let's talk about her Hollywood thing, because the first outfit you have was for the Golden Globes, and this was one of her last big public events.
It was 1989, the Cecil B. DeMille Award, which is a very prestigious Golden Globe award. Now, Doris won 4 Golden Globes. She was so amazing as an actress and performer, but this one was the Cecil B. DeMille Award. Beautiful Valentino silk 2-piece, and just an amazing and in great condition. That's 30 years ago since she wore that.
So she herself would have kept that in pristine nick.
So all these items came directly from her home. So after Doris passed away, I got to go into Doris's home, go through and select all these amazing items. And Newbridge is the first to have this world exclusive exhibition, and the exhibition will be open until February 2nd, free to the public. So we encourage people to come down. We have a lot of items in Newbridge for people to see and enjoy.
Wow. Moving on to the next item.
Yes.
Would you describe this as a house coat?
Yeah, so it's Chinese inspired house coat in the 1960s era. Beautiful piece designed by Irene. Now, Irene was a very famous Hollywood costumer. In fact, she did the costumes for Midnight Lace, which was a Doris Day Universal movie in 1960. So again, beautiful silk outfit, could be worn today.
And sorry, was that in a movie, did you say?
So we haven't identified it in a movie, but it was made by Irene, who did all the Hollywood costumes. Wow. So very likely we're going to be watching a movie and we'll see Doris wearing that. Gosh. We're still doing our research.
Oh my gosh. Was she a tall lady?
She wasn't very tall, amazingly. Her shoe size was 8.5, which is amazing.
We take a look at the, am I allowed to touch
these? You
this?
can, yeah. Ferragamo shoes, just beautiful. And these shoes she wore with this handbag here, also ivory silk. And she wore these with that outfit, the Valentino outfit, to the 1989 Golden Globes. And you see the photograph here? This is Doris, as we know her, smiling.
Here she is.
She loved to be happy. She wanted to make people happy. But you know, her life itself was quite sad. 4 failed marriages. 1 husband embezzled all her money, left her penniless when he died, and she had to go back to work. And luckily her son Terry, who was very famous, successful producer, music producer, was able to help her financially until she got back on her feet and started earning money again.
Yes, didn't she go and make a TV show?
She had to come back and do the Doris Day show, and in fact some of the furnishings from the show and from the set was brought to her home in Carmel by the Sea, including her 1934 convertible. That's in the auction. Wow. The spiral staircase that she would come down in the show. There's a beautiful red piano gifted by her son Terry to Doris. And you know, Terry, her son, they were best friends. They owned a hotel together. He predeceased her in 2003, and so sad.
So she lived 16 years without him.
Yeah, and they were best friends.
And how did he die?
So he actually melanoma.
Oh,
yeah, which is sad.
And what age would he have been?
He would have been probably about 70. Yeah.
Gosh, wow.
Yeah, I think she was 17 or 18 when she had Terry.
Wow,
she's
young.
Marriage.
Wow.
She was very young after moving from Ohio to Beverly Hills to start making a life.
She was a working mom. Wow.
And she worked so hard. And one husband particularly worked very hard. And of course she did all those great movies with Rock Hudson.
Yes.
They had such a chemistry on and off the screen. It was evident when you see them in movies. You think about Pillow Talk.
Yes.
Such a great movie and makes us all laugh, even smile when we think about it.
But there were separate beds and everything, wasn't there, in Pillow Talk? Yeah. For a married couple in the single beds. Oh, they were such pure times back then.
Exactly.
Now, you mentioned her love of animals and all the dogs in the home, and gosh, that's evident in this piece here.
Exactly. Beautiful silk blouse, probably 1980s era, Worth label on it, only estimated $300 to $500. And you know, all of the proceeds of this auction is going to benefit the Doris Day Animal Foundation, which she set up in 1978. And so she loved her animals and she wanted to do everything she could to help animals. And this is very evident in this auction. And when you look at the jewellery pieces here, look at this beautiful charm bracelet,
yes.
14 karat gold, 11 charms on it, all different animals on it. There's a beautiful piece there inscribed from your son and dad, which was her son Terry and her husband Martin at the time. So this is really, really speaks to, again, her love of animals. And look at her belt, her sterling silver belt, again, 12 of these, and each one has a different animal or cat, and then the name of the animal or cat is inscribed on the back.
So these would have been her own pets?
Well, no, not necessarily. These are just animals from
the
whatever.
breed that was inscribed.
Exactly.
Sorry, there was pet names on the back.
But on this charm here, there's pet names from all her pets that were featured in her TV show in the early 1970s.
Wow.
So again, loved her animals. And again, the great thing is all the proceeds goes to benefit the Animal Foundation. But this is just a sampling of what we have in Newbridge. We open tomorrow and we really encourage people to come because they're going to really just take a trip down memory lane. It'll bring a smile to your face. It's Christmas time. She gave us so many Christmas albums.
Yes, of course. So she started as a dancer, wasn't it? And then became a singer.
A singer, never trained as a formal actress, and yet she was really amazing when she was on screen. People loved her.
Yeah, and I think there was a real outpouring of grief. You know, even though, God, she was nearly 100 when she died, it was the loss of an icon.
It certainly was. And, you know, she actually died. She wanted no ceremony, no finality. She wanted no mark on her grave. We don't even know where she's interred.
Really?
And so in April, when the auction is at Julien's Auctions in Beverly Hills, April 4th and 5th, we're going to have a big, April 3rd is her birthday. So we're having a big celebration of her life. All her fans will come because they used to have a Doris Day in Carmel by the Sea where all the fans would gather on the golf course under her balcony. She would go to the balcony and they would sing to her.
Oh, she would. So there was no sort of weird, morbid reason why she kind of did back away from public life.
No, she just chose what, you know, animals were the unconditional love in her life. You know, she had 4 failed marriages. So she sought refuge in the animals. They gave her unconditional love. She loved her fans. They loved her. And also she was amazing because any fan that wrote to her, she would respond. She wrote back to every fan. She was an incredible lady, a true
that wouldn't
Hollywood
nowadays.
icon, I know.
And of course she was honoured by Hollywood with this actual Golden Globe.
Yes, and the Golden Globe goes to you.
Can I? No, I'm nervous now. I'm pretty klutzy. Martin, don't. I don't have the money to reimburse you if anything happens to this.
Yes.
This is a real Golden Globe.
Real Golden Globe, 1962.
Wow.
And she was like the world's favourite
you take it now. You take it. I'm worried.
Yes. Again, this we estimate 4,000 to 6,000 conservatively for the Golden Globe. She won 4 of them and they're all in the auction, and this one will be at Newbridge until February. So we're really excited about this whole collection. Love Doris Day. I wished I had met her. I knew people that knew her, like Rose Marie was a good friend. She would talk to her every week, so I'd get the update from Rose Marie, but respected the fact that, you know, she didn't want to be in the limelight or in the Hollywood life. She retreated into her private life.
Is it very surreal after an icon like that has died and you walk into their home? Like, how do you balance, you know, being respectful, but also you're a fan at the end of the day, so there is going to be an element of excitement.
It was just amazing just to walk through the house and think, God, this is where she lived. This is where she enjoyed her life. Beautiful glass corridors, natural light in her bedroom, even from the ceiling. It was amazing. Garden everywhere, 11 acres of amazing garden and plants and shrubbery. And she just lived a really good quality life with all her animals around her. Artwork everywhere reflected animals. There's a beautiful planter. It's a brass planter with elephants on it from Rock Hudson.
Oh, wow.
And of course they were great friends and she loved elephants. She said the elephants were the most exquisite animals. She did a movie with an elephant. And so when he went to Africa, he brought back this enormously heavy planter with elephants on it. One of my favourite pieces. She was also friends with Paul McCartney and Stella McCartney.
Yes, I saw because she put on Instagram, Stella, didn't she?
Exactly,
when she died?
And you see photographs of Paul sitting in the furniture in the home.
Wow.
And Stella gives Doris great credit because she said she would never use real animal fur in any of her designs. Doris Day was a real style icon. You know, people after the war, they would look to Doris at what she was wearing, and women in America and worldwide would want to follow her in her fashion statements. So it's really appropriate.
So she led led the way for the faux fur
She
and all
did,
that.
and
Yeah,
so I think
amazing.
she'd be really smiling if she knew that her items were on display at the Museum of Style Icons in Newbridge in Ireland.
And when can people go and visit and
So
see
we
all
open
this?
tomorrow. It's
okay.
open every day, free to the public, and we're here until February 2nd.
Lovely to see you, Martin. Great
Pleasure
anecdotes,
as always.
Absolutely
Thank
love it.
you.
Now up next in fashion, we'll have some comfy and chic looks, perfect to add to your winter wardrobe.